We're going to make 3 by 3. So first thing to do is going to mark off 3 feet. So we are going to make, we're going to cut 4 boards exactly 3 feet each. Now what we're going to do is we're going to mark the ends the same distance back and forth. So we get a little square here. We got roughly exactly half of the width. So what I'll do, I'll make a mark there. Mark there. That way it's the same distance from both corners.
And what's that for?
This is where we're going to drill the hole that bolt them together.
And you're going to mark all 4 or just 2?
All 4 of them.
Now you want to head to your drill press. Why use pressure treated wood?
Usually it's a little bit heavier, and actually I'm using the pressure treated one on the ones I put the nails in because it's usually a little bit more durable. Now what we're going to do, these 2 boards are going to have the nails in them, and I'll look for the most flat area there, and from the back side now we're going to switch bits. This is a 1-inch paddle blade bit, and this is the underneath side of the board. We're going to router it in so that the washer will sit down in underneath. Now what you want to do, you can actually set this with here to see how deep you want to go, about maybe half, and then I can adjust my stop right there so the drill doesn't go any farther than that.
Nice.
I'll just go roughly right in the middle there.
And this is in the hole that you just drilled out.
Right.
Huh? So 2 boards are going to use the paddle?
Right. And that's for the washer from underneath. And that's the one, that'll be the ones that we drill the nail, we put the nails in. Dirt, kind of knock off the little undulations at high spots, and the nails will hit the high spots, and then you actually put the nail board upside down and use that as a float, and that will carry the loose dirt and fill the low spots. This is a taper bit with a countersink in it. We'll put that in here, so I will have it roughly drilled in about 1 inch from the side. Right there. So I'll just slide this along like this, and that way it's always even space. Now I'm just going to measure all the even numbers, and I'm just going to make a little mark. Now what we'll do the same thing here. We'll run this down here to the countersink. Just barely gets there. Again, we'll.
And the countersink's more convenient for the nails?
Yeah, but the nail head will sit down in the groove.
If you don't have a countersink, is it okay if you use something else?
Yeah, you can go regular drill bit. This is just what works good for me. And if you have a longer board, you probably have to use a. See, it just barely goes down enough. And this way we're always about 1 inch in.
When you're doing all the even numbers,
Yeah.
Inch into the board.
Now what we'll do,
Let me see your board there. Show me. Nice.
purely by guesstimate, we will guess we're halfway in between that hole is.
Or if you're real anal, can you
You can
do...
mark both sides, yeah.
Oh, okay. Would you mark the even side on both of them?
No, I would not do the odd side. That way what you want to do is, this way the nails are an inch apart. This is a board all ready to put nails in.
Flip it over. What's the big holes again?
That's where the washer and the bolt goes through.
Okay.
There are 3-inch concrete fluted nail. So you can see when we put them through how much we got exposed underneath.
What'd you say there? About 2 inches underneath?
Yeah. Inch and a half. I'll just push a bunch of these to get them started.
And you got it held up by 2 5-gallon buckets here. Does that work
Right.
best?
And I usually put the box of nails on top so the boards don't bounce around. And depending on how good you are, you should be able to get them almost.
Take me through this next step here, Mike.
Okay, we're just going to put the bolts through there, and eventually these will hammer flush, be bolted in tight into the board.
What size bolts are those?
These are 5/16.
And those are going in the ones that don't have the nails.
Correct.
Those bolts are going to end up linking up with the nail boards?
Yep. Okay, then I'll right there. We'll put a flat washer and a lock nut and a nut, a lock washer. Tension, that way you don't get your hands on the nail when you're tightening them up. And then all this. Tap it so we get pretty close to being square all the way around. Okay, what we want to do is we want to suck these nuts so they're bolts so they're flush with the wood. They'll suck right in there. Okay. And they're all different. This is a little bit less than 29 inches. So I'm going to be real close to that because I want to wedge it in.
You're going to wedge another board in there?
Yeah, so it's tight.
It'll cover up the top of the nail?
Yes. What I usually do is I hit the edge here, and that gives me a little. And I just get them do a flux on the sides.
And these are just so the board holds?
Yeah.
Pre-drill them just so the boards don't crack or what?
Yes, so they don't split.
And then these are just normal screws?
Yeah, deck screws.
Oh, what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing with the fill-in boards on the nail side.
Right.
That just to make it a little heavier?
Yep.
Have you ever hurt yourself doing this?
Oh yeah. Drill a hole in here, and where we're going to pull from. And I think I'm going to go on 6s.
So this is going to be, the hooks are going to be in the nail board then, huh?
Yeah, the top part would be kind of loose, so you don't want to pull from there.
So you're just going to pre-drill that.
And what I'll do is I'll put another screw here. Just give them more support there. I'll put these eyelet screws in there. Put that knot on there, and then this will be hooked on here. What you want to do is have a hook on the ends opposed to here. If you put them up on top, you can't pull it flat. Okay, now I'll just show the seesaw method.
Mom's gonna like that.
Yeah, well, it took about an hour to do this one. We'll do another video on 5 wide and 3 long with 3 rows.
Thank you.
Okay.
I swear to God, I'm